I will be explaining the functions of lever and pulley that is used in the machine. So first, we will start with the lever. The lever is made up of a straight, inflexible object like a board or a bar, which pivots on a turning point called a fulcrum. Levers make work easier by using leverage, which multiplies the force. When we use a lever, we move a smaller force a longer distance in order to lift a load a short distance. Now, there are mainly 4 parts of a lever. The first one is the load arm. That is one of the longest parts of a lever where the load is placed. Then there is the effort arm, the point where force is needed to be applied. There is a beam, which is a straight, inflexible object on which the loads and efforts are placed. Also, the fulcrum stands on this point. And lastly, there is the fulcrum, which is the point in which a beam pivots. Now, there are 3 classes of lever. In the first class, we can see that the fulcrum is placed between the force arm and the load arm. In the second class of lever, we can see that the load arm is placed between the fulcrum and the force arm. And in the third class, we can see that the force arm is placed between the fulcrum and the load arm. Then there are the functions of lever in the machine. So we know that the function of the wedge in the machine is to chop or break the material that is placed underneath it. Now the lever in this machine is used to pull the wedge upwards and downwards. Therefore, we can say that the lever is responsible for the movement of the wedge. When the lever is moved upwards, it pulls the wedge upwards as well. The same happens when the lever is moved downwards. It pulls the wedge downwards as well. That is because the wedge is attached with the lever. Therefore, any movement that the lever encounters, the same movement also occurs for the wedge. So here is a picture. And this is explanation of what is happening in the picture. So in this picture, we can see that the lever is being pulled upwards, which is resulting in the upwards movement of the wedge since they are attached together. Now the lever is attached to a pulley. That's why we will also be learning about a pulley. A pulley uses a wheel with a groove in it and a rope. The rope fits into the groove, and one end of the rope goes around the load. The drive elements of a pulley system includes ropes, cables, belts, or chains, etc. that runs over the pulley inside the groove. The different parts of a pulley includes a wheel, which has a groove, and a belt or rope that runs inside the groove of the wheel. There are mainly 3 types of pulleys, which are fixed pulley, movable pulley, and the block and tackle pulley. Now we will learn the functions of pulley in the machine. So in the machine, the pulley is responsible for making the upwards and downwards movement of the lever, hence the upwards and downwards movement of the wedge too. The lever is attached to the pulley by a long chain or cable. The attachment is the reason why the lever also moves when the pulley does. The pulley further gets the motion from the wheel and axle. There is a picture over here, and the explanation of the picture is like so, that the wheel and axle causes the pulley to move, which causes the lever to move, that further causes the wedge to move, and that is how this machine actually functions.